my dear friends. I hope all of you are doing very well and welcoming once again all of you with loads and loads of love. And now it's not just me, my far baby Zik is also there because he wants to be on my godi or lap for quite a little time, and then he will go down for his walk. And now because it is the season of Rath Yatra in India, which we all know, and Rath Yatra is the auspicious celebration of Jagannath Dev. And as I'm growing more old, I am getting more into mythology. I'm getting into more into spiritualism. I'm getting more into religion because now I am kind of getting this feeling that these are the things that gives me peace. It is not for any other thing. These are the things that gives me peace, and these are the things that fills me with so much calm. Whenever I think about God, whether it's Krishna, whether it's Jagannath, or whether it's any God, or when I think about any religious place or anything, it just fills me from my head to toe as if some calm cool wind, it just blows through. And yeah, this is what now I feel most about, and that's the reason I just felt, because this is the time of Rath Yatra, so I must share a little bit of more informations and little bit of more stories that comes with Jagannath Dev. And in my Rath Yatra celebration festival, which we do have had at our home, in that I have shared a little story about Jagannath Dev. And today I just felt, and I don't know, before I share more stories, I just feel, something is compelling me, or something is pushing me every now. Ki, Reshma, you should share more, you should share more. And here, because whatever I share, I know most of you already know about it. It's not about ki you know or not, I just feels good sharing. And as I always say, my channel is all about who I am. Here it's nothing about business or XYZ etc. thing. You can say that my channel is just my diary. People write the diary, and instead of that I do this vlogging thing. It's purely my reflection of who I am. So yes, coming back to, I just felt it's the Rath Yatra time, so let me share more about Jagannath Dev and Jagannath Ji. And because Jagannath Ji is this Rath Yatra, it happens mainly in Puri. Like it's a huge celebration where lakhs and lakhs of people from the whole world comes to drag that rope of the chariot of Jagannath. So I just felt, let me share a few more informations about this Rath Yatra thing. In India, we have Rath Yatra celebration in many places, but as the Puri, that is the place, or Utkal as we say, it is the place for the Rath Yatra thing, and we all know about that. And now to why this Jagannath Yatra, I mean why this Rath festival. It is being said in the Puranas that during this time, Jagannath Dev, along with his brother Balaram and his sister, what is her name? Subhadra, they all go to Gundicha. They all go to the Gundicha temple. And what is Gundicha temple? Gundicha temple, Gundicha is the name of the wife of Raja or King Indradumna. And Indradumna was the king of Puri at that time, or Utkal at that time. Utkal was the state. Puri is the name of that town or that city. So Indradumna was a very religious king, and his wife was Gundicha. And during this time, Jagannath, Balaram and sister Subhadra, all three of the brother sisters, they go to the Gundicha temple, or Gundicha is called as the Masi of Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra. So now on the day of Rath Yatra, now we have three Raths in Puri. In the first Rath, it is the Jagannath Dev that who goes. In the second Rath, followed by the Balaram, his brother, and in the third Rath, followed by their youngest sister Subhadra. This is how it happens now. But during the ancient time, there used to be 6 Raths. Yes, this is what I wanted to share. So much amazing things, In the ancient time, there used to be 6 Raths. Why? Between Puri and Gundicha temple, there used to be a river, a small river separating Puri and Gundicha at that time. So in the Rath, once they used to start from the Puri temple till to the Gundicha, till to the river, till their 3 Rath or the 3 chariot, then they used to get down, and there used to be a small beautiful boat or now or nauka as they say. In that, Jagannath Dev, Balram and Subhadra used to go, and then they used to go on the other side, the Gundicha side. Their 3 other Raths or chariot used to wait for them, and then they used to take those 3 chariots, and then they used to go to their Masi's house or the Gundicha temple, which was incidentally, Gundicha means, as I said, the wife of Raja Indradumna. So see, this is an amazing fact that there used to be 6 chariots or 6 Rath. And another few important thing is, which I came to know about, which I felt so amazed is, there has always been a connection between Jesus Christ and Jagannath. Yes, if you go to, whenever you go to the Puri temple, at the backyard of the Puri's main temple building, you can still see there is a cross or crucifixion thing of Jesus Christ. And it has been said that Jesus Christ came to see Jagannathji or Jagannath's temple, and that crucifixion or that cross is still there at the back side of the main Puri's Jagannathji's temple. See how amazing it is. So been said from our Puranas and from our Gathas that Guru Nanak Ji, the great Sikh God, Guru Nanak Dev, as we all know, he was also very, very fond of Jagannath Ji. And it has been, as so see the facts when we come to know, it's so inspiring. And so it has always been seen that this avatar of Krishna, who is Jagannath Dev, he is always someone where everyone else used to get so very fond of him. The character of Jagannath Dev is like that no matter whoever comes together in front of him, everyone gets, like enamored, enchanted by him. And here I would like to share another important, information with all of you, that in the Jagannath temple during the days of Raja Indradumna or King Indradumna, that time there used to be a Muslim singer. He used to sing in the temple of Jagannath. Jagannath used to be very fond of listening to the songs sung by that Muslim singer. So see, Jagannath Ji, when we talk about him, he is probably the only of a kind God for whom there is no bar of religion. There is no bar of animals or human being. Why I said this, I am coming there also. He is the only one for whom everyone is open. Everyone, whoever loves him, animals, plants, birds, human beings, irrespective of their religion, human being, irrespective of their orientation, irrespective of culture, status, everyone were welcome to him. And another amazing thing I would love to share with you is, like now also this practice is there. They are called the Nartakis or the dancers of Jagannath temple. They are very young girls. At the age of 9 years, they offer and surrender themselves to Lord Jagannath. And at the age of 9 years, they take the celibacy, and as I said, they offer and surrender them to Jagannath willingly. And since then onwards, they are being trained in the dancing. And they only do the dance for Jagannath Dev at specific period of time. And they maintain a celibacy for their entire life. They never ever get into any kind of relationship with a man. And this is what they do with a choice. It's nothing, compulsion or push to. And they also get married to Lord Jagannath. It is also by their choice, and their entire life the only thing that they do is they dance for Lord Jagannath in the temple during certain specific period of time. And this is how they carry on their whole life. And they do not dance in front of the people. And during the time of their dancing in front of Jagannath also, they do not look to any other people if they are around, because they do not dance for the other people, so they will never ever look towards other people. So see what kind of a pious life these beautiful dancers or nartakiyas, who just spend their whole life surrendering to Lord Jagannath since the age of 9 till the time they die. And another important, very amazing, which always amazes me since I was a kid, about the cooking that happens in the Jagannath temple. Many of you must have seen that Jagannath temple's cooking place or the kitchen is a very unique place. There are around more than 1,000 people every day who take part in the cooking. And firstly, let me share with you all the cooking handis. They are all made up of clay. And every day these handis are being changed. Like today the handis in which they will be cooked, tomorrow another set of handis will come. And the whole cooking process is done on the wood fire. And here the thing is the amazing, that's why I said it's so unique. You will see there the handis, one handi, whatever the food will be cooked, everything is put together in that handi. That handi is put on the fire. On top of that handi, there will be another pot, whatever food it is, everything will be mixed together and put it in that handi. On top of that, there will be another handi, and on top, so in this way there will be at least like 8 to 10 handis on top of one another. And the amazing fact is that once they are put on top of each other, after that they are not going to be touched until and unless the food is being done and cooked. Now the amazing thing is the handi or the bowl in which the food is being cooked, which is at the top, that food will get cooked first, so that whoever the cooks are around, they will take off that handi, and then you will be finding the next handi's food will be cooked. And in this way, slowly and slowly, the handi which is on the fire, that food will be cooked. Now technically and scientifically speaking, how that is possible? Right, generally the pot which is on the fire, that is going to be cooked first. But see, that is what the miracle and the magic of Jagannath Dev. And it is, as I said, no one is going to touch this handis until and unless it is being cooked. So yes, this is being cooked by Ma Lakshmi. Otherwise, how on the earth one can give an explanation or logical reason for this way of cooking, where the topmost handi's foods gets cooked first and the one which is at the bottom directly on the fire, that gets cooked last? No scientific analogy or analysis can ever say or talk about this thing. This is what again the miracle of Jagannath. And there is another place in Jagannath temple which is called the Garbhagriha. Now this Garbhagriha means it is a chamber-like structure which is down inside the basement of the Jagannath temple. Garbh means in the patal, under the ground, and Griha means a chamber or a room in Sanskrit. So the room or the chamber which is under the ground is called the Garbhagriha. And what is this Garbhagriha for? Whatever the jewelries and the ornaments that Jagannath Dev, Balaram and Subhadra wear, all those expensive, precious jewelries are stored in the Garbhagriha, and no one is permitted to get inside. And it is, then who is, protecting this Garbhagriha. There are a few powerful snakes are there, the Sarp or the Samp or the snake, who are protecting these Garbhagrihas, along with some identity from the heaven. They, along with these Sarpas or the snakes, physically talking, they are protecting this Garbhagriha. And till to date, no one can go and access this Garbhagriha. So see, even when I am telling these things, I am feeling, a kind of a shake in my voice. Because narrating these things in itself is, I don't know, you just feels that thing. You just feels in it, that power. And another important, amazing fact today I just felt of sharing about the Jagannath Dev's temple is that the flag which is at the top of the Jagannath temple. Puri is incidentally a place which is beside the sea, Bay of Bengal, and every year Puri and Odisha goes through devastating flood and the tornado and the storms. Every year, almost the whole of Odisha, especially the places which are around the sea or Bay of Bengal, they gets completely down under the flood. But in the hundreds and hundreds of years in the history of the Jagannath temple, the flag that is there on the top of the temple, it always floats and flies in a single direction, no matter how the storm is. And there is a magnetic field which is there inside the Jagannath temple, and that is what keeps the temple in balance even when it is in the worst of the situations of the flood that Puri and the surrounding coastal areas go through. So I just I just felt compelled to share. As I said, as I'm growing old, I'm just feeling there is a kind of a push inside me that is coming every now and then. That whatever I know according to my knowledge, according to whatever I know, little experience or whatever, however you define, I just want to share. And today I just felt what great way it can be if I can share this little bit of informations and amazing facts about the Jagannath temple with all of you. So I hope you love this amazing facts, and Jai Jagannath. Thank you.